everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Sherry from Plan with Black Dog Designs. Thanks for stopping by and joining me on the channel today. Today I'm starting a new series and it's going to be called What Am I Making Wednesdays? And today is the first in the series. I want to show you what I've been making for some of our local craft shows coming up this holiday season, and I'm going to make one with you. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, these are the funnest little notebooks to make, and let me show you what they look like inside. The way that they start out, is they are these 3-pack of ruled, lined legal pads. They measure 5.5 or 5 by 8. They're from the dollar store, and you get 3 per pack, and I get one per book. So this here is going to turn into 3. Let me show you with this one. Let me show you with this one, and then we'll get started. I just want to carefully take off this belly band so that I don't tear anything. Okay, so what these are is they're just cute little, these are refillable. Yes, this one is refillable. You take the paper pad, stick it in here. When you're done, you can take this out and put a new one in. They're perfect for your desk, your office, to give as gifts, whatever you want to do with them. So this is what they look like finished, just a little embellishment, and then you simply put the belly band back on. I might try something a little different with the one I'm going to do on camera with you guys, so we'll see. I've been thinking about an idea, and I may just try with today is some paper from, let's see, I believe I got this Hobby Lobby. I think so, yes. Sorry, I don't remember. I'd have to look in my receipts, but I believe this came from Hobby Lobby. It was on sale. Everything was like 50% off. That was Christmas. So yeah, so this came from Hobby Lobby. This is a paper pack that I ordered off Amazon. It's Echo Park, and it's called Celebrate Christmas Collection Kit. So I'm using these for the outside and then these for the liners because the size of those just works really well together. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to stick chosen my paper and everything that I need for this project. Now, I do want to say I got the idea from this project, and I will link her channel below. This is from the Posh Paper Lady here on YouTube. This is not my original idea. This is her idea. I've just done it a little different. I've done it my own way. Her video, and I'll link the specific video because that particular one has this size notepad. It's called, I believe, Mrs. Claus. So she does something a little different. So the basic structure of it is her dimensions, and then I just sort of put my own little ideas in with it wherever I think I can. So what you're going to need for this project is 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 5.25 by 8.25, and then a spine that measures 1/2 by 8.25. My measurements are a little different. For my main paper, she recommended 8.5 by 11. Oh no, wait, 10.25 by 12, but I just leave mine 12 by 12. I need that extra room. I am not a professional paper crafter like her. I'm just a hobby paper crafter. And so for me, it works better. And then I come in and I just cut the excess, excuse me, off of the bottom. So this is going to be my outside. This is my 12 by 12. This is going to be my inside liner, and it is cut 8 by 10 7/8. And then I've got 2 pieces here, a 5 by 4 sheet and 2 2 by 6 sheets. And you'll see what I'm going to do with these in a minute. So let's go ahead and get started. I have not done any pre-gluing. I could have done that to save time, but I just finished up another project. So let me go ahead, apply my adhesive, and I'll fast forward, set this to music. So, we've got our tape down. Let's just go ahead and smooth it out. You can use your fingers, you can use a bone folder. We just want to make sure that adhesive is down really well. I like to take just the corner of my knife to pull my tape up. Sometimes it comes up a little easier than others. I think this side, the chipboard was a little ripped on that side, so. Okay, so let's just take off the top of our tape. And these, you guys, are gonna, I'm so anxious to sell these in my craft shows. I think they are gonna sell like crazy. They're the cutest idea. So simple to make if you like paper crafting or want to do something like this. They're very simple. You can really, the sky's the limit. There's different sizes. It's very sticky, very, very sticky, very sticky. Yes, as I said, this idea comes from the Posh Paper Lady. Oh my gosh, if you're interested in paper crafting, if you don't already watch her channel, go over and subscribe. Somebody yesterday in one of her videos called her the Paper Whisperer. I don't, you know, never fails. As soon as my dog has not barked all day, but as soon as I go to start filming a video, he has to bark. So yeah, I've been very busy doing this. I spent all day long yesterday making some. I did what do you want to call it? Prototypes beforehand, just because I wanted to make sure that I got the feel for what I was doing and that things were coming out nicely, and I'm pleased with them. So, and I'm just gonna run a piece right across here, just for extra measure. You don't have to, but I'm going to. Just because. It's not gonna hurt anything, and it's just gonna give it a little extra foundation there so that your chipboard adheres to your paper. I'm also doing these in a smaller size, a mini, and I'm doing them in skinnies. So Shary, the Posh Paper, see, it sticks to myself. Posh Paper Lady has some skinnies that she did that I'm working on as well. And I've got my spine here, so let me go ahead and get some tape on the back. You know what I found I like better on that? For some reason, it just works better for me. And I'm going to have to get some more of this two-sided tape. I do like this two-sided tape as well. Just the regular 3M two-sided tape. For some things, it just is a little easier for me to maneuver. All right, so I've got my, this is going to be the front. I've got my scoreboard off to the side here. Is it noon already? Wow. It's directional, so you want to make sure you've got your pattern oriented the right way. I utilize my craft mat for this, being as how this is 12 inches across. I like to take my, and I'm going to see if I can do it without getting into the shot. I like to take my spine and put it directly in the middle. Come down about, that's a reasonable amount to fold down. And, oh, that's crooked. Hardest part is getting it straight. Last time I did this, I came in with a ruler. Maybe that will help. So the main thing is you want to get this as straight as you can, right in the center, so you have equal room on both sides. Does that look pretty straight? I think so. If not, you won't be able to tell. So then now you just want to come in with your two boards. I'm going to move this slightly at an angle, leaving about 1/8 of an inch in between the spine and your chipboard. Turn to the other side, do the same thing, leaving about 1/8 of an inch, trying to match everything up just the best you can. That one might be a little close, but it's okay. All right, so now what I do is I come in, take off a little bit of this excess. I just line it up on my board here. Let's get this. I think I'm gonna have to change the blade on my True Control knife because I did notice, I think it's getting a little dull. So set my craft knife up here. I always like to set it out of the way. So now what you're gonna do is simply stand your project up, bend it over. That's gonna put a nice crease on either end. Okay, and then you do your sides. And then what you're gonna do now before you glue down your edges is you're gonna go ahead and miter your corners, which just means you're gonna take that corner off, leaving about 1/8 of an inch. Yep, it's getting dull. Leaving about 1/8 of an inch away from the corner of your chipboard. Do that to all 4 sides. If you guys don't have these self-healing craft mats, they're really handy. This is a Fiskars. Yeah, I got it probably at Walmart. But I also have a Cricut mat, and I use my Cricut mat more for fabric. So I kind of like to keep that one free of glue because this one I tend to get glue on it. So I'm just going to come in . Oh, and I just like to cut it. Might have gone a little high on that, but that'll be all right. So again, with your fingers, just give it a good press. Make sure you get all your adhesive down real well. Come in with your, I like to do these long, the shorter edges first because there's less product to fold over. So I just tend to start there. No matter how hard I try, I can never, and it's a 12-inch piece, but I can never seem to get it exactly the same on both sides. I don't know why. I try to put the spine in the middle, and see, I always end up with a little bit more room on that side. But it all works out, so I'm not going to worry about it. Come in with my tip of my knife. Again, give it just a little nudge there. Get it down nice and smooth. Take your bone folder, give it a good press. Same with this side. Get your tape up. I like to give it another fold and then just slowly and evenly. See how nicely those edges are mitered like that? Makes for a nice, clean, crisp looking edge on your project. Again, give it another press. Turn that over, and it's really, I think, beneficial, and at least it is to me. Sometimes these little corners, I like to come in and just really give it a little press, a little extra press, to double check the direction of your project. I try to get it to where my writing is the way that I want my book, but it happens sometimes where you get it a little bit off. All right, so now that we've got that down, let's go ahead and prepare this a little bit more. We're going to put some more adhesive on, and then we're going to put our liner down. So again, and I've got more adhesive coming tomorrow, thank goodness, an order from Amazon. Because I am going through the adhesive like crazy. And the glue, but more so the adhesive. Just seems very imperative to have plenty. This is 1/2-inch score tape. I believe what I have ordered, it's a little bit different brand, I believe, but it was a much better deal. I got, I think, 6 of these 1/2-inch score tapes. It comes in 1 inch, probably 1.5, 2 inch. I can see where it would be handy to have every size, but if you don't, you just work with what you have. If all you have is the Scotch double-sided tape, that works great too. I say work with what you're more comfortable with, and honestly what seems to be the most economical. Oh shoot, I forgot to take that off, didn't I? That was a good move. Well, we'll just cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here. See, these things happen. Don't stress it. It's your project. You can always work around those types of things. It's all good in the hood. He's all good in the hood. And if you're a regular paper crafter and you saw me do that and you thought, oh geez, well, yep, she did it. Now I'm just gonna come in with one more little strip down the center, just for safe measure. stick my tape aside. I just really like to make sure, I'm also, well, you'll see in a second here, we're going to be using some glue. But I just like to make sure that I've got good adhesion, and it definitely is adhering to my arm. Alrighty, so you guys, this is our liner piece, but let me show you what I want to do a little different on this one. Excuse me, I'm going to be putting some ribbon in here instead. So let me just go ahead and cut a couple of pieces. I'm going to cut them longer than they're going to need to be, obviously. But it's just an idea. We'll see how it works out. So this sheet is our liner piece. We will be gluing it and adhering it here. But being as how I want to put ribbon in, we're going to go ahead and just take a couple pieces of ribbon, a little bit. I'm using reptile glue. I did get this off of Amazon as well. Let's just sort of, okay, we know we are little over 8 inches, so if we go slightly over 4, we'll be right in the center. So let's go right there and right there. So with my reptile glue, I'm just going to come in, place this piece of ribbon down like so. Do that on the other side. As well. Always keep your paper towels near you when you're working with glue. It comes in handy. Okay, so again, come in with your glue, whatever kind of glue you have. You're just going to try to get right up to the edge. It's not easy to do. If you watch Shary's videos, she makes it look real easy, but it is not. It's very challenging, and then you spill glue like I just did. So you spill glue, and then you get glue. You know, it is professional around here, I have to tell you. Hopefully you're going to learn how not to do things. But anyway, it is what it is, and it's What Are We Making Wednesday. And we're just putting, I can't even say a thin bead of glue because I can't control my glue well enough to call it a bead or a blop or whatever. But okay, and we did get a blop of glue, right? See, that's why I don't use my fabric mat to do this. All right, so we're just coming in. This is not directional as far as upside down. So I hope I'm in frame. Yep. You're going to see my head, I think. But I want to come in and I want to get this down as evenly on all 4 sides as I can. That looks pretty good to me. Now you're just going to take your paper towel and really start working in your adhesive and your glue, especially around the spine. I like to do this before I do the edges, that way I don't get as much glue coming out. I'm sort of working my glue from my edges up in because I don't want a lot of glue blurping out. There will be some, but this is to me, this is a very important step, getting all these edges down nice. So this is where you might get some glue come out, but it's okay. It dries clear, so if it does, don't worry about it. Just clean it up. Make sure you're using good, I sort of turn it around kind of so I can see all the edges from different angles. Working really, really good into that spine. Now you can come in with your bone folder. Really make sure that you're, I think I'm gonna like it with this. And then I like to come, right here is your spine area. And that's an area that can tend to be a little tricky and want to come up on you if you don't have it adhered down well enough. You can even push your bone folder up. So this is where you may get some glue coming out, but that is okay. Again, this is going to be cute, you guys. This is gonna, and I think it's gonna be really neat not to have to worry about the belly band, because sometimes it's hard to find a big enough. I think Shary's dimension for the belly band didn't work for me, so I must have done something wrong, but I end up having to glue some pieces together for my belly band, but okay, so that's probably pretty good. If it isn't, it's still pliable enough that we can work with it. So now let's just go in and score our spine. Make sure we're getting a nice score. And you can also see when you do that, if you have an area like I do right here that's wanting to buckle up, now's a good time. Just go back, reinforce that. And sometimes that just happens. It is paper crafting, it is handmade, so it's not a perfect assembly line project. And I think on that one I may have forgotten. Usually I put a strip of adhesive on either side, and I think I forgot to do that. So hopefully with what we've got down, it'll hold it, and it may also buckle a little bit. By the time you get everything put together, you really don't notice it. So now you have this super cute, super duper 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 cute here. Right around your spine area can be your challenge, I've found. But it's okay, just keep working it. Keep working in your adhesive. Look at how cute that looks already, guys. Isn't that adorable? That is so cute. Just go around, work it a little bit. Don't tear it. All right. So now that we've got that done, it is time to put in our paper pad. So make sure you just got a good score on either side. You're going to want to have a good visual of where this score line is. So I'll show you what we're going to make. We are going to make, let's cut this open. We're going to make the strips that make these you can do this refillable or not, just depending on how you want to do it. It's completely up to you, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you how to do it that way. So leave your chipboard on the back and just simply take off one of your sections. Set that aside. These are our two 2x6 pieces. Go ahead and score those right down the center. I'm scored. Set that aside just to dry. So they're scored. Go ahead and fold them at their score line. Okay, get your glue. A little bit of glue on here. Go ahead and glue it shut. Wiping up any glue that might work its way out. You're really not going to see these, so if one's a little bit crooked or you get a little bit of glue, don't worry about it. Just a little bit. Again, seal that down. Go on both sides. And then you're going to come over to your scoring board again. Okay. So you've scored these at 3/8 of an inch on either side. Go ahead, just give it a fold. Give it a fold. It's still a little bit wet inside from the glue, but they're very pliable. Give it a fold and give it a fold. This is what's going to hold your project in. So if you have a better, prettier top, let's say one looks a little nicer than the other, go ahead and use that for the top because you're going to see that a little bit more. And I just like to take and make sure before I glue that down that my product is in fact going to fit through there. That one's perfect here in front of us, and we're going to take just a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. And very carefully, we want to make sure that we go beyond this score line. So I sort of like to start over on the edge and just sort of drop it down, coming down about 1/8 of an inch. It's going to take a minute for that to dry. I think that looks, whoops, not used to the ribbon being there. Looks pretty straight. As I said, you're not going to see it because it's going to be underneath your notebook. So again, a little bead of glue and a little bead of glue. This one's just to help it, keep it from flopping around down here on the lower portion. Might have put that upside down, but it's okay. You're not going to see it. So we're just going to let those dry, the top for our tablet. And this measures 5 by 4. So just sort of eyeball. Oh no, we need to score these, don't we? Now we're going to score the cover at 1 1/8. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it this way. For some reason, this way just works better for me. And that's okay. You know what? When you find a craft, do what works for you. I like taking the basic idea from people that I'm learning from, but I also have to incorporate a method that I feel works for me and gives me the best control over what I'm working with. Right now I'm just sort of getting a little bit of a score line here, little flatness there, because this is going to be adhered to the back of our book. So the only place I'm really going to give it a little bit of a crisp score is right here on the front. Then we're going to take the back of our paper and just run some glue. Doesn't have to be real tight. I get a little bit up toward the top, but I don't want glue on the front of here. Now I'm just going to take and set this in here. letting this come up to where I've scored it so it can be nice, oops, and flush. Let me make sure. Smooth that, that looks good. Very good. Flip this over. Take your phone folder or paper towel, whatever you have on hand. Just get that glue nice and dispersed back there. If you have any unevenness to this, you can trim off any edges. A slight little bit there. You don't really have to worry about it, but I might come in and just clean that up just slightly. Okay. And the reason I didn't want a lot of glue, you know what, I do need to put a little bit there though. So I want this top to, I don't want the glue to come toward the front, but I do want some glue here on the top. So I'm just gonna hold it there a little bit, work it in. If you do happen to get a little bit of glue on your first page, go ahead and just take it off. It's not gonna hurt anything. These are, even though these are refillable, they can also be one and done. You know, they're seasonal, so. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Let me take my counterweights here, put them back where they were, and we're ready to slide our backer into the notebook. And then from there you can embellish however you want. So just sometimes you just want to give it a little lift. That cardboard can want to get a little bit stuck sometimes. No biggie, just work it in there. And I'm being very careful with it because the glue is still fresh. I didn't have to do this on the other one, but this one I'm having to maneuver it just a little. There we go. Just because I know the glue is still a little bit wet. And there is your notebook. That is super cute, guys. Look at that. Just got a cute little ribbon. You can go ahead and cut it to whatever length you want it, however big you want your bows. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut them together at an angle. They could be a little bit in take, just a little bit. Let's see how they're looking. Go just a little bit smaller with them. I think maybe so, maybe just ever so slightly. A little bit smaller. A little bit. And then we want to take and put just a little bit of clear nail polish on the edge of each one so that it doesn't fray. A little bit on both sides. Helps to keep it from fraying. Doesn't take much, and it looks a little shiny, but it's okay. It works. Okay, let's let that dry. And while that is drying, we can decide what we want to put on the front. We can put something, we don't have to put something, but let's take a look at our stickers. What we're going gonna do, I'm gonna round the corners on this. I'm gonna put this on the front and layer it with that. Super cute. Let's go ahead and get my corner rounder. Do a 4mm corner. Go ahead and get this guy over here. Put him here. I think that is going to be so cute. And this guy we can tape, put some of our adhesive, do some of this one. I don't want to glue it because I don't want to get glue on the front of the notebook, but I think just a couple strips of adhesive will be just fine. Crafting is messy, guys. Crafting is messy. I'm gonna have to go eat some lunch. I'm getting hungry. Okay. Here goes down. Pop this tape off. Oops, come in here. That is just so cute. Look at that, you guys. That is adorable. You can come in here, you can put another embellishment if you want. You don't have to. You can put something up there. You don't. Holly, that's got the holly on there. Let's take this little holly and put this right here. That is so cute. Put that right there, and I think we're gonna call it good. So let me go ahead and tie this back up again. You can let me know what you think in the description box below. What do you guys think? Think that'll be cute sitting on a little table at the craft show? Would you go over and take a look at something like that? I think I might have got that a little crooked, but I just think they came out super cute. Let me retie that. Might be turned out really cute. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm going to clean up my mess, go eat some lunch, and probably get back to crafting. And if you like this first installment of What Am I Making Wednesday, be on the lookout next week and we'll do another crafting video together. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.